All right, everybody, welcome back to Spooner, Wisconsin, Game 5 here in Spooner, and you are in the Grassland Dairy pregame show. Jason Zaleski here. Steve Maves will be on here in just a moment. Matt Dickinson on camera number, well, what do we got here? 2. Lucas Hoheisel on camera number 3. And we'll probably trot out a 4th camera here during the broadcast as guys like Lucas and I, we just can't sit still with all the electronics around. But Jason Zaleski here in the Grassland Dairy pregame show. Grassland Dairy, exciting, rewarding career opportunities available right now at grassland.com. That's how it all works. And we are set here for baseball tonight, the conclusion. And, Steve, it is a grand finale here in pool play. It's a shame that one of these teams will be eliminated at the conclusion of this one, but it is winner move on to the semifinals. Loser goes home. It is the home Marshfield Chaparrals, the visiting Viroqua Sox. And, Steve, how about anything you want to say about that, and then give us the lineups?
Yeah, no, I just Viroqua knocking off Tony earlier today, and Marshfield as well knocking off Tony. So 2 good teams seeing each other throughout the day, and being over in Hayward, saw a lot of good baseball. I know you saw a lot of good baseball here today and last night before it got rained out. So looking forward to it, a new venue here that we're at, as Lucas and I are at, and quite the setup here they have in Spooner, and it's going to be a good matchup. Winner go home here for Viroqua and Marshfield, and it's, as you mentioned, the grand finale of the night, and if you win, you play tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you lose, you can be a spectator tomorrow at 10 a.m. So it's going to be a fun game with Hunter Korger on the mound for Marshfield and Gavin Gillitzer for the Viroqua Sox. So it's going to be a fun game to conclude things here from Spooner in the WBA Saturday before Championship Day here tonight. So.
All right, Steve, Grassland Dairy pregame show. Exciting, rewarding career opportunities are available now at grassland.com. Give us the starting lineups. Let's start first with the home Marshfield Chaparrals.
All right. Batting first in left field, Nathan Kromenacher. Batting second in right field, Caleb Kromenacher. Batting third and doing the DHing today is Luke Wirtz. Batting fourth at first base, Victor Gonzalez. Batting fifth at second base, Jason Kurth. Batting sixth in center field, Nate McDonald. Batting seventh at shortstop, the Medford Moondog, Trent Wobeking. Batting eighth in center field, behind the plate catching Sean O'Connell, and batting ninth at third base is Isaiah Brill. Again, Kromenacher, Wirtz, Gonzalez, Kurth, McDonald, Wobeking, O'Connell, and Brill for Luke Wirtz and the Marshfield Chaparrals, who come in at 16-3 on the season. And Hunter Korger on the mound for the Chaparrals here tonight.
All right, sounds good. Talked to Hunter Korger on his way out of the stadium. He had warmed up in the 8th inning, didn't come on to pitch. I said, "Are you starting?" He said, "I don't know." All right, and the Grassland Dairy starting lineups for the Viroqua Sox.
I'll get those in a second.
Oh, okay.
All right, batting first at second base, Mason Screedy?
Let's see here. Yes, we'll go with that for now.
All right.
Correct you if I need to. I did call this game earlier. I just remembered. Keep going.
Mason Screedy.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's what I said.
Listen to the PA. He's usually right. The first offering from Korger is in there for a strike. And first pitch at 8:55 here in Spooner. Korger working quickly in the 0-1. Misses high for a ball. 1-1 with Andrew Wedwick on deck, the left fielder, and Josh Theed, the center fielder for Viroqua in their white uniforms. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now to Mason Screedy. I already forgot. 1-2 now to Screedy, the second baseman. Hunter Korger sets and fires home. Breaking ball hit over to Brill at third, scoops it up and across the diamond in plenty of time for the first out of the ball game here on a 5-3 putout. And now Andrew Wedwick, the left fielder for Viroqua. Nathan Kromenacher, Nate McDonald, and Caleb Kromenacher from left to right here in the outfield. Isaiah Brill, Trent Wobeking, and Jason Kurth. Victor Gonzalez from third to first. Sean O'Connell catching Hunter Korger here tonight in a swing and a miss for Andrew Wedwick. A lot of good games in Hayward. I'll mention those throughout the broadcast here today. That one's fouled up and out of play, and it's 0-2. Starting with the conclusion of the game last night, Glidden and the Hayward Hawks. That one's fouled back. So Glidden tied it up in the top of the ninth after they were down 2-1 in the top of the ninth. Got postponed to this morning. Started up again at 8 a.m. Glidden scored in the top of the ninth and then came back, and Hayward walked it off on a fielder's choice in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-2 misses low and scoots in there, 1-2. Game 2 saw the River Falls Fighting Fish knock off the Eau Claire Bears.
Yep.
And got him looking at the top of the zone for out number 2. Bullseye Sports from Marshfield strikeout?
For this one, it can be.
All right. 2 away here in the first.
We will hear during the broadcast words from First River Falls State Bank, Scotty's Pizza, and Fleet Farm, and also a special message from the Marshfield Chaparrals. We got some pizza to give away.
Nice. Josh
Yeah.
Theed.
Yeah, Theedy.
Yep. Always get the last letters in there. Theedy, Screedy.
Yep.
The 0-1-0 bounces away from O'Connell. Saw River Falls knock off Eau Claire, and then game 3 was, I got the schedule right here.
There you go.
Saw Everest walk off against, who did they play? They beat Eau Claire. So,
yeah, walked off the Bears in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, so, yeah. River Falls beat Eau Claire. Osseo beat Glidden. Everest walked off Eau Claire and missed low and walks him on 4 here in the first. Now Clayton Slack. 1 on and 2 outs. And then saw Osseo fall to Hayward before we left, and Everest and River Falls doing battle. Winner makes its way to Spooner tomorrow for a 1 o'clock game. Pool winners 1 and 4 were playing in Hayward. Pool 2 and 3 playing here. And misses 6 in a row for Hunter Korger. 2 balls and no strikes. Korger sets to Slack and misses outside again. 7 in a row for Hunter Korger with Jarrett Sullivan on deck.
Say hi to Charlie Peterson and Whisk Guitar watching online.
3 balls and no strikes. Korger back, and 8 in a row. Slack reaches back-to-back walks. Jarrett Sullivan here for the Viroqua Sox. 2 on, 2 out for
That's good.
Sullivan, the right fielder, with Brett Screedy on deck. First offering just misses. 1-0 to Sullivan, Screedy, then Kleiber, Knutson, and Wiblin. And the 1-0. There's 1. First one in 9 for Korger. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter fires back and misses low. Again, the winner plays tomorrow at 10 a.m. against who won that play, or the other pool?
Well, Prescott is on, and this is the other pool right here.
So
Prescott
advanced.
by virtue of the second tiebreaker over Brill, they advanced over Brill on run differential.
Gotcha. 2-2 fouled back. So the Prescott Pirates.
Yeah, the Prescott was +2 or +3 in run differential, and Brill was -1. So that was the run differential. On runs allowed, they were both at 8, so they moved to the second tiebreaker, and that's where we are now.
2-2. Lined over to second. Kurth snags it out of the air, and that will end the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on via the walk. We have played a half an inning. Viroqua 0, and the Marshfield Chaparrals coming up.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right. Free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
All right, back to Spooner as we move to the bottom of the first inning. As Steve and I were talking about off air in the commercial, there was Caleb Kromenacher pitched a complete game in the win earlier over Tony and crushed a 2-run homer, scored his brother from first, and launched it over the 330 sign out there in right center field.
Yeah, that's a shot out there over the AmFam sign, but a little smaller dimensions than at Jack Hackman Field. 290 down the lines, 330 in the gaps, and 360 in center, and so much smaller dimensions than at Jack Hackman in Marshfield.
So Matt, you're on the batter here, so you can see his face.
Nathan Kromenacher to lead things off. Him and Caleb both scored 2 runs in the first game at least, huh?
Yeah, they scored all the runs. All 6 runs came from the Kromenachers. They touched the plate 6 times as a family.
Nathan from the left-handed batter's box swings for strike 1. Nathan, Caleb, and Luke Wirtz here in the bottom half of the first inning as the 0-1 coming back. Right on the inside corner for strike 2. Gavin Gillitzer for Viroqua. Out of the windup. We'll give you the defensive alignment for Viroqua in just a moment. Shakes a couple off and steps off. Nathan, a graduate, wasn't at the Dairyland League Championship game against Everest last Sunday. It was at his own graduation. High chopper over to shortstop. Tough play for Slack on the run, and he's going to be safe. A leadoff infield single for Nathan Kromenacher. Good speed, and there's one on and nobody out. Tough play for Slack over at shortstop, and with the speedy Nathan Kromenacher, an easy, or not an easy infield single, but there's a runner at first and nobody out for the Chaparrals.
Online, we're going to clear up some of the confusion about the tiebreaker rules. So runs scored against was the first tiebreaker. Prescott had 8 runs scored against them, 3 against Brill, 5. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold the phone here. I got to look at that. You know, we looked at those numbers so much. Angela, we'll get back to you here. Corey, the broadcast location in Hayward is done. Unfortunately, we had a computer malfunction out there. So cheer loud from Florida for your Everest Merchants. We'll keep the score updates on Twitter, and should Everest win, you'll see them here tomorrow.
The 0-2 to Kromenacher fouled back. Staying alive, the River Falls Fighting Fish and the Everest Merchants doing battle right now out in Hayward at Larry Somerville Field in beautiful Hayward, Wisconsin. As the 0-2 back to Caleb Kromenacher. Nathan leads from first. And back is Gillitzer, and that one's fouled off. Remains 0-2.
All right, Steve, so run through this with me here.
All right.
We were doing like a million things while that was going on. So runs allowed is tiebreaker number 1. And as that is tiebreaker number 1, 8 was scored by CCV and 3 were scored by Brill. So that is 11.
Yep.
So Brill advances. I was wrong. We were wrong.
Huh.
Because Brill shut out CCV in their second game. Prescott did score 8 against them, but they win the tiebreaker on the first tiebreaker. So, all right, we'll stand corrected. Angela, thank you. Angela, do this. Send a message to Facebook at Zaleski Sports. Give us your name and address. You will get a brand new, sexy, comfortable Zaleski Sports t-shirt. That's what you get when you're right and I'm not.
The 0-2. Swung on a miss, took something off, and Kromenacker's down via the strikeout, and there's one away here in the bottom of the first.
Caleb looked confused for most of that at-bat there.
See if there's anything else here, as there's runner at first and one away here in the bottom of the first for Marshfield. Now Luke Wirtz at the plate, swung on a miss behind the fastball, and it's 0-1. Victor Gonzalez at the plate, or on deck, excuse me. As we continue here, comes the 0-1 from Gillitzer. Foul back and out of play. 0-2.
Seems like it was a simple math equation for that. Well, we had people left of us, running scores through us. People behind us running scores through us. We're calling a game, and but yeah. So congratulations to the Brill Millers. We'll see them tomorrow.
And the 0-2, they will take on the winner of this game. Now it's going to be grounded weakly over to Slack at short on the run, and throws out Wirtz by about 3 or 4 steps, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning.
So you were mentioning the short porch in right field. You should have seen Victor licking his chops when he came out here. He thought that was going to be something. He hit one, honestly, about 400 feet, but just pulled it straight right. It just ripped it, though, and never really challenged the fence beyond that in that first game.
First offering to Victor. Breaking ball didn't break for a ball. Jason Kurth on deck, then Nate McDonald here in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless, 0-0. Winner advances to play what we think is Brill tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be popped up. Shallow center, long run, Slack now being called off by center fielder Thede for out number 3. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We play to the second. It is still scoreless here in Spooner.
Community banking is about giving back to the communities we serve. It's about focusing on needs and making decisions to better businesses and families in the area. It gives an opportunity for employees to live, work, and play local. We are your community bank.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
All right, there we go. We see Sean O'Connell and at catchers. We go now to the top of the second inning. No score through 1. Hunter Korger back on to start things here in the second inning. Steve Maves with the call.
Brett Screedy to lead things off, the third baseman for Viroqua, and the right-handed batter. Where's 16, the third baseman for the Sox? Then Kleiber and Knutson. First offering to Screedy is in their first strike. O'Connell behind the plate has caught just about every inning this year for the Chaparrals. Popped up right field over on his Caleb Kromenacher in the lights in the outfield for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the second inning. Andrew Kleiber and then Tate Knutson. Kleber, double E. Tate Knutson, then Damian Wiblin for the Viroqua Sox. Hunter Korger comes set. Misses outside for a ball. 1-0. As mentioned, 290 down the right field line. 310 down the left field line. The 1-0 popped up and out of play. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 330 in the right field gap. 360 in the left field gap. And 360 to dead center. The 1-1. Misses outside. 2-1 to Andrew Kleber.
Sean O'Connell watching online. Different, I suppose. Says nobody wants to watch this game. Sean, turn it off. That's the solution for you.
2-2 to Andrew Kleber. Got it in the time called by Kleber.
Listen, it's not that we wanted to not broadcast the game tonight. If you've got a better solution, head down to Hayward and broadcast the game. If you don't want to watch this one, shut it off. There you go.
Perfect.
Laying down the law over here today.
2-2 to Kleber. Now it's going to be grounded to second. Jason Kurth plays on the third hop and over to Gonzalez for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here for Tate Knutson, the first baseman for the Sox.
And again, our sincere apologies to River Falls and who were they supposed
Everest.
to play? And Everest.
Yep.
Yeah, our apologies. We completely planned to broadcast that game. It just didn't work. And our apologies on that. We'll do better next year. How's that?
First offering to Knutson, hits the outside corner for a strike. Damian Wiblin on deck. Hunter Corger out of the windup. And the 0-1. Sets and fires. Swung on and missed. At a fastball in the outside corner, had him way out in front, and it's 0-2 to Tate Knutson. Corger sets. Wheels and deals on the 0-2. And misses outside for a ball. The Chaparrals will send up Kurth, McDonald, and Wolbeking in the bottom of the second. Winner advances to the championship day tomorrow to take on Brill. That one's popped up and out of play.
Corey, again, we'd like to show you the Everest game. It's not the Wi-Fi, it's the computer, and no computer, no game. That's how this works. We want to. We did not want to leave anybody out. That was not the plan.
That one's fouled back. 1-2 to Tate Knutson.
The good news is whoever wins River Falls Everest tonight will be live right here at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's simple.
For a shot at the championship. That
No
one's going to be lifted to Kromenacher and right. Maybe takes 1 or 2 steps to his right to end the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless in Spooner.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Welcome back to Spooner. We see the Sparta Millers, Adam Close there with the sling around his arm. He separated his shoulder earlier today. It popped right back in, but pain and separation of shoulders no good for anybody. So, but we appreciate the CCV Blues sticking around to watch the game here. It's time to text the Chaps. Check this out, Chaparrals fans. Text Zaleski to 56525. That's text Zaleski to 56525 for your chance to win a Papa Murphy's pizza. One winner will be chosen from all the entrants. So giddy up and text Zaleski to 56525.
Jason Kurth looks at strike one. Good little it's incentive to watch as long as you can tonight. The 0-1. In there, Kurth behind quickly 0-2. If you miss that, then
yeah, well, we'll make a few more announcements during the game, probably.
Popped up and out of play. 0-2 to Kurth.
Yeah, Sean O'Connell, by the way, you're not allowed to win. You are out.
And got him looking as down goes Jason Kurth via the strikeout, and there's one away here in the second inning. 1 up and 1 down for Nate McDonald, the center fielder for the Chaps. Donald, the center fielder for the Chaparrals, again came back at the end of July. Hurt his ankle, leg, knee, something on July 1st against the Pittsfield River Bandits, and came back at the end of July playing a game. I think his first game was against Wapaka, and able to come back and now back into the starting lineup for Luke Wirtz and the Chaparrals, and that one misses high, and it's 2-0.
I know he played against Merrill in that first Dairyland League playoff game.
Mm-hmm. There's a strike to McDonald. 1-2, or 2-1, excuse me. Trent Wolbeking on deck, the Medford Moondog draftee for the Chaps. And spinning out of the way was McDonald, and a strike right on the inside corners, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Gillitzer sets and fires back. Fouled back and out of play. Remains 2-2 to the Chaparrals center fielder. Had a whole lot of draftee, quote-unquote draftees in Hayward. Had a couple of Bloomer Woodticks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Beef River Bullfrogs.
Oh, man.
Had a Menominee Eagle. Yeah, all sorts of guys from all over. The 2-2. Swung on a miss, and down goes McDonald behind the fastball, and there's 2 away here in the second inning.
All right, Steve, let's give him the info one more time. I mean, anybody wants to win a pizza. I can't imagine, not wanting to. So the desire is there, and again, it's time to text the Chaps. Text Zaleski to 56525 for your chance to win a Papa Murphy's pizza. One winner will be chosen from all the entrants, and I believe we draw that sucker in the 7th inning.
Offering to Wolbeking is in there for a strike.
And make sure to go online and download the Chaps app. Get a Chaps app.
The 0-1's going to be driven to left field down the line, and that one is going to drop in fair territory. Wolbeking with a 2-out double, and it is a automatic double for Trent Wolbeking, and he will stay at.
Now they're calling back. Yeah, they're calling him back.
It looked like it was fair from here as Wolbeking just misses, and it's 0-2 now.
Well, just missed it then, apparently. He's third base umpire's right on that line down there, right on the edge of the infield grass. I would suppose he's got the best look at it, aside from Adam Close down there with with the Sparta CCV Blues Club. Foul was the call.
0-2 back to Wolbeking. And fouled back, staying alive. Sean O'Connell on deck for the Chaparrals. Wolbeking, a Medford Moondog. The Moondogs fell to Everest in the Dairyland League tournament before Everest fell to these Chaparrals. And the 0-2 back to Trent. Going to be hit sharply but foul and near the third base coach, Al Lalacata, for the Marshfield Chaparrals.
Yeah, Al down there, and looks like Nick Anderson down at first base. Luis Rivera was handling those duties in the 9 a.m. game.
The 0-2 to Wolbeking. Just misses on the inside corner, 1-2 to Trent, Sean O'Connell, and Isaiah Byral if we continue here in the bottom of the second. Both pitchers working efficiently here through their 2 innings. The 1-2 going to be hit sharply over to third. That's Shredy, and that one is a E5 as Wolbeking reaches first base. Shredy with the error, and there's a runner on with 2 outs for Sean O'Connell.
And I was just about to say it, and I didn't, because, the broadcaster jinx and all that kind of stuff. But I can't tell you, Steve, how many times, we did all the Chaps games this year, how many times Sean O'Connell, and I've seen it with other catchers, but O'Connell, 2 outs, he's got his shin guards on deck, and he's taking them off every single time.
Yeah.
Got to drive him crazy.
First offering to Sean, and that one gets by, and Wolbeking will go from first to second. Big turn at second, and he'll stay right there on the wild pitch. Yeah, he's done that more than a handful of times, as Sean.
Well, and it's probably a catcher thing. We just happen to see more Chaparrals games than any other amateur baseball team in Wisconsin this year. But with 2 outs, and it's your job. You took off your shin guards. Now go get on base and make it worth your while.
The The 1-0 to Sean. Misses inside. 2-0. Isaiah Brill on deck for Marshfield, the third baseman, and then back to the top of the order for Marshfield. 2-0 count from Gillitzer. Sets and fires. Misses high. He gets the call. 2-1 now for the Chaparral's catcher. Right above the letters, Sean asks, and agreement from the home plate umpire. Not going to disagree with his own call.
No, probably not.
2-1. Going to be hit sharply over to Screedy at third, and this time easily ends the second inning. No runs on, no hits, an error, and one left. We've played two here in Spooner. It's still scoreless. Going to the third.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement. All right, back here to Spooner as we are set to begin the top of the third inning. And again, if we haven't told you, the fan experience here in Spooner is just out of sight. We take a look at some folks setting up the third base line here. We come back here in a little bit. We'll show you the beer cave above the first base dugout. And Steve's going to put his headset back on here as he gets ready to call the top of the third inning. But the fan experience here, I mean, the fans are sitting essentially on the field. I mean, we're right with them too. We got fans to the left of us and doing our thing up here. But just the fan experience, just the way this whole thing is laid out, it really makes it fun to come here and watch a baseball game.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we always enjoy going to Jack Hackman is the fan experience. And just looking at this place on Google Maps, trying to figure out where I was going to go, the 3D image did not look very positive, I guess, or the street view, which was probably taken 15 years ago or 10 years ago.
Right.
And so now all this new setup here is pretty nice for the Spooner Cardinals and all that. And obviously now with the setup they have, able to host a WBA state tournament. And Mrs. Lowell 1-1 to Damian Wiblin.
I was talking to the gang here when I arrived on Thursday. They said a lot of work's been put in the last 3 years, and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. The 1-1 from Korger popped up. Foul territory, not a play. 1-2. Talk a little bit about it during the broadcast this afternoon in Hayward. In 2022, I believe, is when the next time the Dairyland League is able to host a WBA state tournament. So, yeah. See if I don't know the last time Marshfield is hosted. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Wiblin for out number 1 here in the third inning. I did check, though, the last time Marshfield has won a state tournament was in 1955 in part of a Class B as the
55.
55.
Wow.
Yep.
That was a little while ago.
And now back to the top of the order, and Mason Screedy going to be popped up. First base side, Victor Gonzalez calls off for out number 2, and there's 2 away here in the third. Give you some scores from Hayward once we get them for River Falls and Everest.
Yep, there's we'll keep an eye on the Twitter page, River Falls scores, or River Falls fish score, something like that. You may have a better connection than that, though. That's one I found, and they did a pretty nice job. First
offering to Wedwick, swung on and missed. The Fish, 14 minutes ago anyway, after 3 innings, the Fish were up 3-0.
All right.
Over the Merchants. That's a swing and a miss and so on, too.
Yeah, they do a really nice job of managing that social media page throughout the season.
The 0-2 from Korger. Just missed as Jason Kurth bouncing out there at second base was on his way back to the dugout. Looked like a good pitch, missed just a bit away. And the 1-2 from Corger. Swung on and miss. Took some off. A little bit of a break to end the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 2.5. It's still scoreless here in Spooner.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today. All right, here we are in Spooner. Way to go, Lucas. That is a nice shot here. And we will tell you about Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm has everything you need for summer fun. Pick up camping gear, boating supplies, towables, grills, and yard games. This weekend won't be complete without a trip to Fleet Farm. Head down to the store right away tomorrow morning so you can be the weekend Sunday place to be. Looking for a quick, easy way to do your shopping? Try the outside yard pickup option when you order online at fleetfarm.com. It's quick, it's easy. Stay in your car. They just bring the stuff right out to you. Fleet Farm has something for everyone. You won't believe what you'll find at Fleet Farm.
Can't get much easier than that.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, geez.
Go to your parking spot, they bring it out to you. Order it online and enjoy your fine stuff from the folks in the Blaze Orange. And it's 1-0 to Isaiah Viroqua. The Orioles, the Glidden Orioles that we saw this weekend in Hayward, had their uniforms are obviously much like the Baltimore Orioles, just that very bright orange, and reminded me a lot of the fine folks at Fleet Farm.
Sure.
The 1-2 to Isaiah Viroqua. Gillitzer comes set and fires home. Foul back. Staying alive is Isaiah.
Had a good run-in with Orioles out at the house during the spring. Did a little bird watching. In April, wasn't much else to do, and turned out the Orioles like oranges.
Huh.
Yeah.
Swung and missed by Brill, and that's strikeout number 4 for Gillitzer, his first time through the order. Now Nathan Kromenacher.
I was sitting in the driveway, and we were just finished up the Zaleski Sports Outdoor Free Throw Challenge a couple weeks before, and I was just sulking about how bad I was at it. And all of a sudden, this very beautiful orange bird lands on top of the backboard of the basketball hoop in the driveway. He'll finish it after this pitch.
Kromenacher, a RBI single, and that one's going to be popped up left field side, not a play. 0-1 to Nathan.
So that might bonk somebody down there. I think it did. So I don't know why they're laughing. So I look up, and it turns out they like to eat oranges.
The 0-1 swung on a miss way behind the fastball, and it's 0-2 to Nathan.
So I was happy to help an Oriole through its first spring in Wisconsin. They were flying from Brazil, we found out.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. And so we cut an orange in half. You set it out on the fence post, and they came and they ate it. They ate it like crazy. They thought that was the best thing they ever saw.
A lot that you learn once you move into the country, huh?
Well, and with nothing else to do.
The 0-2, Kromenacher down via a strikeout, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the third.
A reminder to people out there, we've been doing sports. We're on our 60 days of summer overtime, did over 100 games in June and July, and in April, on March 12th, high school sports were slammed shut for the year. In the month of April, we had nothing to do. So I was doing all kinds of strange things.
Kromenacher swings through the fastball, and it's 0-1. Luke Wirtz on deck.
Feeding Orioles and planting a garden. I don't even know what else.
The 0-1. You're going to be lined into right field, and a 2-out single for Caleb Kromenacher. Nice at-bat there by Caleb after looking a little bit lost in his first at-bat, and there's a runner at first and 2 outs.
We'll get into this in the 5th inning about the garden. I told the folks during Game 2 about my garden. I am not a gardener, but again, it looked like the situation was pretty bleak for the summer, so planted a garden.
Yeah, we've planted garden before, and yeah, we'll talk about that later on. First
Sure.
offering to Wirtz is in there for a strike.
It's a deal.
But we're announcing, or we're talking a little bit during the games in Hayward about the good news that came out of Stevens Point area on Friday. That was going to be popped up on the infield. Screedy now into center field, long run for the center fielder, and makes it Thede with the catch, and that'll end the third inning. No runs, a hit, one left. We have played 3 complete. It's still scoreless here in Spooner.
Partners Bank, better together.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. All right, back here to Spooner, we take a look at a couple of the Prescott Pirates that do not advance tomorrow. So again, that correction was made on Twitter. And thanks to Angela online for correcting us. Angela, again, send your name and address to Zaleski Sports on Facebook. Send us a message, and you've got a T-shirt coming your way for knowing more than I do.
Josh Thede to lead things off. First offering in there for a strike. I think just talking about Prescott a little bit. Listening to a little bit of the Prescott game last night. That one misses inside. Peter Brookshaw, shortstop for Prescott. It was either him or his brother or both of them. That was going to be lifted at deep right field. Caleb Kromnacher settles under for out number 1. But they played baseball at Augsburg College in Minneapolis, where myself and now my wife went to school. For a little bit. Lindsay finished her undergrad, and I went 3 years. But the Brookshaw boys, they put a big mark on the Augsburg baseball program. Some of the best baseball players in the state at their time, and good to see that they're still playing.
Yeah, there were 3 of them in the game yesterday. All batted in order, 2, 3, 4, the Brookshaws. And they were always on base, and they were working their way around base. I don't know, Matt, you called the Prescott game. I don't remember you saying what was the Brookshaw?
Brookshaw, I thought.
Yeah, I don't remember you saying that name the game before this in the batting order. We can look. We got a scorebook here somewhere.
That was going to be lined over to Wilbeking for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th. There was a couple of years ago when Prescott was at, I think it was Prescott was in the boys state basketball tournament, and Mr. Brookshaw hit a game-winning shot.
No, Mike Brookshaw, Peter Brookshaw, Billy Brookshaw, they batted 2, 3, 4 in the game before this. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, Billy, I think
Obviously.
I think Billy's the oldest one.
Okay.
Peter, I think, hit a game-winning shot in the state tournament a couple of years ago in basketball, and it's 0-2 now to Jarrett Sullivan. So to say that they're athletic is an understatement. The 0-2 gets away from O'Connell.
Yeah, they were good last night, and in the game that I called. So you pay more attention to the game you're calling and the game you're producing, which I was during that time. I was, well, again, they were nice people here from CCV, but they were just chatting my head off the whole time.
The 1-2 to Sullivan misses high, evens up the count. Deuces are wild here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away for Jarrett Sullivan. Korger goes back and just misses away, and now the payoff coming back.
All the CCV moms and dads were here, and all they wanted to do was their boys to win, and I get that. It was fun listening to them.
Payoff fouls it off. Got a list here somewhere. It wasn't too long ago that CCV was a state champion.
All right.
For WBA. Got them all written down since the start of the millennium. Somewhere, I'll get them and a walk to the hitter Jarrett Sullivan. 2 away and a runner standing at first base. 1 on and 2 outs for the number 6 hitter, Brett Screedy, the third baseman. Going to be hit into right field in the gap, and it splits them. And Kronacher lets it go by, and they're going to keep him at third. And a 2-out single there for Brett Screedy, and there's runners at the corners and 2 outs. Sullivan from first to third on the hit. And now there's runners on for Andrew Kleber, who grounded out to Jason Kurth in the second inning.
Sport of baseball, Steve, nothing grinds on you more than giving up 2-out base hits, especially in an elimination game like this is. I mean, any game, but it's more heightened right now. And home plate umpire is asking for the bat to be retrieved in the on-deck circle, and Webling comes out and gets
Wiblin,
it.
yeah.
Wiblin, there you go. So, yeah, a pair of 2-out base hits, and all of a sudden Viroqua was in business here in the top of the 4th inning.
Kleber at the plate, runners at the corners, and 2 outs. Korger, the biggest jam so far for the Chaparrals. Sets and fires home. Big swing and a miss way behind the fastball, and it's 1-1. Chaps will send up Gonzalez, Kurth, and McDonald in the bottom half of this inning. Korger hoping it stays scoreless. Popped up and out of play. 1-2 now to Andrew Kleber, the catcher. Viroqua in uniforms much like the Chicago White Sox. White tops, white bottoms, black socks. Chaps in their camo tops tonight, the 1-2. They're going to be a broken bat to Korger, and he'll underhand it to Gonzalez to end the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still scoreless here in Spooner.
Community banking is about giving back to the communities we serve. It's about focusing on needs and making decisions to better businesses and families in the area. It gives an opportunity for employees to live, work, and play local. We are your community bank.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
All right, again, it's back to Spooner for the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's time to text the Chaps. Text Zaleski to 56525 for your chance to win a Papa Murphy's Pizza. 1 winner will be chosen, and I believe we're going to choose that sometime around the 7th inning. And not we, folks back in Marshfield are going to choose that. I've got nothing to do with it. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is the news. So I just read what I'm told to read. But, yeah, it's time to text the Chaps. So text Zaleski to 56525. That's 56525 for your chance to win a Papa Murphy's Pizza. Steve, we got a nice look in the Chaparrals dugout. Somebody's got to score here eventually, right? And perhaps one of those guys has got the bat that's going to give us our first run.
Yeah, and I talked a lot about it. You guys saw a lot of runs here for your games. The games that we covered in Hayward, 3-2, 5-3, 1-0. Maybe not 1-0, but a lot of very close games, a lot of low-scoring games in the games in Hayward, and that's what it seems to be like going on here tonight. Victor Gonzalez, who flew out to center to end the first, up at the dish for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, you had a 2-2 game last night, a 2-2 game again today.
Yeah.
Is that the one that went to the 10th? Everest and
1-1. Everest.
1-1.
Yeah.
2-2 and a 1-1. Yeah, those are tense moments there in the late innings too.
Yeah, in the Everest game, they scored in the bottom of the 8th to tie it, and then won it in the 10th. They're down to the Fighting Fish right now, the 0-2 to Gonzalez. Going to be hit sharply over to first. Taking it himself is Knutson as Gonzalez wheels away from the...
Kind of peeled off the first baseline like a NASCAR pit stop. He went up about halfway and Took a hard right into the pits.
Jason Kurth, who struck out to start the second inning, now at the dish. Go through our previous WBA state tournament winners in just a moment. First offering to Kurth is right down the first base line and slicing, just sliced. And it's 0-1. That must have been what Wobeking's hit did as well. And it's 0-1 to Jason Kurth. So last year, the Eau Claire Cavaliers took down Tilden 11-3. 2018, the Osseo Merchants, who were just knocked out by the Hayward Hawks, won 7-0 over the Sparta Miller. And 2 years before that, Sparta Miller won in 16 and 17 in the WBA state tournament. We'll mention CCV in just a moment. There's a swing and a miss way out in front on the cutter, and it's 0-2.
Noah Matheson online checking in. Evan Hubach and Tammy Matson watching. Hey, Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy was sitting right next to us in Hayward. That one's fouled back. 0-2 yet.
Tammy tells me to put oranges back out now, and the Orioles and the young ones will come back. So I guess, Tammy, they'll be on their way back to Brazil, and they'll stop in for a little snack on their way. I'm happy to do it. It's just that I'm going to be in Indiana for a month, so Rachel will have to put the oranges out. But I'll let her know.
The 0-2 to Kurth. Missed high for a ball. 1-2, so as mentioned, the Osseo Merchants dropping to Hayward Hawks, the host team, the Hayward Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks 2-0, right? Won the pool at 2-0. That's pretty good work.
And the 1-2 swung on a miss. Now goes Kurth for the second time via the strikeout, and there's two away here in the fourth. The Hawks just squeaking by the Glidden Orioles, a very scrappy team. The number 12 seed in the tournament, and Hayward walked it off in the bottom of the ninth this morning. A continuation of the game last night. And Glidden was able to tie it up in the top of the ninth, and then a bases-loaded fielder's choice walk-off for Hayward with 2 outs to win it this morning. Missed low. 1-1.
I mean, on the winning end, you feel good that you won. On the other end, you're just like, man.
Yeah.
These things happen.
The 1-1 to Nate. And just hits the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 to Nate McDonald, the center fielder.
So large strike zone here. Players need to adjust and get after it.
Nate right on top of the plate, the 1-2. Fouled it back, staying alive. Speaking of CCV, 2015, the Chaseburg Coon Valley Blues, the WBA state champions in 2015. Before that, the Prescott Pirates, Brill Millers. All three of those were in the same pool this weekend. And swung on a miss, and down goes Nate McDonald to end the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 4 complete, still scoreless here in Spooner.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today. All right, back here to Spooner as we begin the 5th inning. Hunter Korger will pitch again here in the 5th as we take a look in the Sox dugout. Smiling faces in there. A lot of smiles and not many runs. 0 combined runs here in this game. And so far, Steve, it's got all the makings of a real classic baseball game here in a win or go home scenario. One of these teams will play at 10:30 tomorrow, and the other one, as you said, will be watching as we start the top of the 5th inning.
Tate Knutson lines this one into center field, a leadoff single for the Sox first baseman. Right on the line, and it's right on line, and it's a base runner for Viroqua. Yeah, as you mentioned, a game that many would assume that it would be a close game. As you mentioned, winner go home.
Yep.
After the ending in Pool 3, finished up earlier on today, and there's a bunt back to the pitcher and scooped out. A poor bunt by Damian Wibley. He hit it right back to Hunter Corger. It was kind of a swing, and it was an easy play for Hunter Corger on the mound. Fielder's choice for Wiblin, and now back to the top of the order in Mason Screedy.
Obviously, Viroqua is with us here. Runs are going to be at a premium, so with a runner on, they try to get him over into scoring position, but that fails.
Yeah, I've mentioned it more than a handful of times, the lost art of sacrifice bunting or bunting at all, and haven't had a chance to go back and watch some of the games that were being played here throughout the weekend. There goes the runner, throw down to second, and he got him. And right at second, right on the hand of Wiblin. The throw from O'Connell, great tag by Kurth. And there's two away. No argument there from Wiblin, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, think about that scenario from Wiblin. He bunts his runner into an out, and then he makes the out, stealing second base. So he's responsible for both outs in that way here in the 5th.
1-1 from Corger, misses high. But yeah, I haven't seen going back and watching your guys' games yet, but the
but confirming the count on the field, it is 2-1.
But a lot of the games that we saw in Hayward, a lot of sacrifice bunts and a lot of very nice bunts. That's going to be fouled back.
Jeez.
Out of play. 2-2, look out over there.
Ripped it, and how late he was on that swing to hit it straight towards the Chaparral's dugout over there.
The 2-2 to Corger, from Corger. And got him looking to end the 5th inning, and Screedy knew it. And to the bottom of the 5th we go, still scoreless here in Spooner.
Community banking is about giving back to the communities we serve. It's about focusing on needs and making decisions to better businesses and families in the area. It gives an opportunity for employees to live, work, and play local. We are your community bank.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Spooner, and tell you about Fleet Farm. Get all your pet supplies in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. For dogs, cats, wild birds, you'll find the top brands and an unbeatable selection of food, treats, toys, grooming, bedding, and even health items at Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm has something for everyone. You won't believe what you'll find at Fleet Farm. We've been talking about Dasher the dog and all the treats and other things we get for him at Fleet Farm. As that pitch comes in, Steve, I know you've got some pets, and the pet department at Fleet Farm, top notch.
Absolutely, cat food, kitty litter, everything. Toys.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with toys for cats, and Fleet Farm's got them all. And the 1-0 misses outside to Trent Wolbeking. 2-0 now to Trent. Yeah, they've got everything, and if you need any help, I mean, they are the fine folks to ask. They talking about in the 3rd inning, the grilling needs and everything that they have for outdoor activities. They had a grill out on Thursday night Wednesday or Thursday, and that one's fouled off and knocks the mask off of Kleber, and it's 2-2, but helped me out finding what I needed, the accessories for the grill, everything that they had to offer, and all the help was much appreciated for somebody that grills every once in a while, but casual griller, but trying to get into it a little bit more and Fleet Farm helped out quite a bit. The 2-2. Misses outside. Speaking of Fleet Farm, there were stores that people told my wife and I to register at for our wedding. Fleet Farm was one of them, and we got some fantastic stuff. Even if people didn't buy it, we still had it on our registry, and after the wedding, when we got all of our money, we went back and got it. A Johnsonville brat Sizzler is one of the best things we ever bought, and that is got that from Fleet Farm. You don't have to grill it, you don't have to boil it, you don't have to do anything. You just put the brats, thawed-out brats, in the Sizzler. Great bunt by O'Connell, and that one goes foul. But you just put the brats in the Sizzler. It does all the work for you, and then you have a nice brat in about 12, 15 minutes, and that's where I put my Hewitt's brats that I picked up. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, people been hearing about Hewitt's meats all weekend long here. They'll hear more about Hewitt's meats throughout the rest of the game and tomorrow. I've got a update on the winner of this game and where they'll be slotted tomorrow. Talk about that here in just a second.
0-1 to O'Connell. This one's bunted in the grass. Much better by Sean. Throw over to first for the first out. And Wolbeking makes his way over to second. And a sacrifice bunt by Sean O'Connell. And now Isaiah Byral with one away. Isaiah Byral, a strikeout victim in the third inning. Back to the top of the order. Two up next to Nathan Kromenacher. Two up, a runner at second and one out.
So Kevin Granquist checking in online, friend of the show, Kevin. A winner of this game plays Hayward at 1. Pool 2 and 3 start at 10 is what he's telling us here. I don't know. We've got some schedules. We've got some schedules around. Doesn't completely jive with what we think, but we'll look at him in between innings and we'll get back to you.
The 0-1 coming back to Isaiah Byral. Wolbeking leads from second. Good lead out there for Trent. Looks at strike two. 0-2 to Isaiah Byral. Runner at second and one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Still scoreless here in Spooner.
Ask my friend Jason Good, where are you watching the game from tonight? Send me a text, and we'll give you and the rest of the gang a shout-out.
Time called by Isaiah. Yeah, we had people in the previous game that we were doing. Goodness, what was that one? The Osseo and Hayward game. Rich TC from Bismarck, North Dakota, and there's a swing and a miss. And down goes Byral for the second time via the strikeout, and there's two away here in the fifth inning. Son, I believe, or some relation on the Hayward Ball Club.
Okay.
Now there's two outs for the top of the order, Nathan Kromenacher.
Also, thinking back to when I would go to a baseball game, Major League Baseball game. Can't do that anymore. But TC Bear over in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Twins, the mascot TC Bear.
Lined right back up the middle. They're going to send Wolbeking and a RBI single for Nathan Kromenacher, and the Chaparrals have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Right back up the middle, and that is what Nathan has done so often this summer. Goes after the first pitch and lines it into center field. Big smile on the face of Nathan Kromenacher at first base, and it is 1-0 Chaparrals. The sacrifice bunt now that much bigger from Sean O'Connell.
We actually renamed Wolbeking. I'll give you that here in just a second. Well, we got extra time on our hands as we were going through things. So he was a Medford Moondog. Now he's a Marshfield Chaparral. So he's a Medfield Shapdog.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Caleb looks at strike one.
This is right. Medfield Shapdog. But scores the run and breaks our nothing deadlock. So the Shapdog doing work.
I'm going to have to write that down to remember. Yeah. The 1-1 to Caleb. Nathan leads from first. Going to be popped up and out of play behind us here. And it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Chaparrals jump out to a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Nathan Kromenacher. Gillitzer comes set out of the stretch with Nathan leading from first. Back to Caleb. Swung on a miss, took something off, and that will do it here in the 5th inning. A run across for the Shaps on an RBI single from Nathan Kromanacher. He's stranded at first, but through 5, it is Chaparral's 1 and the Viroqua Sox nothing.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, back to Spooner as we begin the Viroqua top half of the 6th inning, and talking to Kevin here about games tomorrow. So it's as simple as this. The teams that played in Spooner, the 2 pools in Spooner play each other tomorrow, and the 2 pools out of Hayward play each other over here tomorrow. And Marshfield being in Pool 3. So what Kevin has on the chat box down below is correct. And then the teams in the pools line up just like he's got there. So winner of this game plays Brill tomorrow at 10:30.
Yep, and then Hayward will play either River Falls or Everest, misses just high, at about a half hour at the conclusion of Game 1. So the pools go, Pool 1 is River Falls, Everest, and Eau Claire, and 2 and 2 evens up the count. Pool 1, these are the teams in Hayward. Pool 1 was River Falls, Everest, and Eau Claire. Pool 4, Hayward, Osseo, and Glidden. Hayward 1, Pool 4, River Falls is up, and in the game over in Hayward against Everest, 3-0 last check in the 5th inning, and Wedwick goes down via the strikeout.
Yep, I believe that's all true, and we're getting information now that the 4 of us here, again, Lucas Hoheisel, Matt Dickinson, Steve Maves, I'm Jason Zaleski, we're not invited to the Adam Sievert party in his garage. Very disappointed about this, as that's where one of the Chaparral viewing parties taking place back in Marshfield in the Sievert garage, and we were not invited. What the world?
Yeah, cheapers.
What, did we do something wrong? Did we upset you, Adam?
Misses inside, 1-1 to Josh Thiede. And the 1-1. Going to be knuckled over to Korger on the mound. Steps and throws for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. And now back to Clayton Slack, the shortstop. Korger getting the job done on the mound here for the Shaps. And a 1-0 lead holding up so far here in the 6th inning. First offering to Slack is lined over to Wolbeking and across, and in time scooped out by Gonzalez to end it. 3 up, 3 down, perfect inning again for Hunter Korger. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 1-0 Chaparrals.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium, company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Back here to Spooner, and if you're in Sievert's garage or not, now is the best time to call Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118. Scotty's pizza and chicken available right now for delivery and maybe carry out, but you got to call now. It's a little bit late, but get a hold of Scotty, 715-384-8118, or make your lunch plans tomorrow. I know Scotty will be open by 10:30. Get your pizza in time for our first games tomorrow. Steve Maves, bottom of the 6th inning, Luke Wirtz.
Yeah, cruising right along here as Wirtz, big swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yeah, have pizza delivered, pizza carry out, and have them all ready for all 3 games tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And sit down and enjoy it. And now it's fouled straight back, 0-2. Victor Gonzalez on deck. And then Jason Kurth with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Chaparrals on an RBI single from Nathan Kromenacher, scoring Trent Wolbeking. And the 0-2 popped up on the infield, now drifting to shallow right. Long run for the right fielder, and it's misplayed out there in right by Sullivan. Lost it in the sky, and there's a runner at first for the Chaparrals. Give him an E9. There's a runner at first and nobody out. Lost it in the lights, lost it in the sky, and now Victor Gonzalez with the runner at first. He was battling with his second baseman as well, Screedy, and Sullivan misplayed it, and there's a runner at first and nobody out for Victor.
So if you're the team at bat, now's the time to take advantage of that kind of miscue.
And that one's popped up right field side. Long run for Sullivan. Looked at it. Difficulty at first, and Gonzalez pops out, and there's one away.
Victor still hasn't made it all the way down to first base yet. Even on an out, he has not touched the base at first, and I believe he's just smashed his bat into the dugout wall down there.
And now Jason Kurth with a runner at first and one out.
Victor, I'm telling you, he saw that 290, and he thought for sure, I got 4 home runs this weekend. Telling you. And it just hasn't worked out that way.
Swung on a miss by Kurth, 0-1 now. Wirtz leads from first.
Drama queen, Victor Gonzalez.
Yeah,
better throw that while he's mad at me, or mad, now he'd be mad at me.
Swung on a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, his interpreter, we put him in the house a couple weeks ago, and his interpreter said, hey, do me a favor. Since I did this for you, call him Drama Queen. So there we go. Did it again.
The 0-2 to Jason Kurth. Be grounded, backhanded, and now into left field almost. And Screedy tried for the jump throw and give him an infield single. Why not? That was a hard play to make. And there's 2 on now for Nate McDonald.
Yeah, not a regular and usual play over there. So that is an infield hit with 2 down.
Should be 1.
Yeah, you heard my question mark on that, right? I looked at the scoreboard out there and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, so 1 out, couple out there for Nate McDonald.
The struggling thing that Nate has right now are the base runners in front of him with the speed that Nate has and the lack of Wirtz and Kurth, but that one's fouled back.
Listen, there is no speed on the bases right now. I'll just say it. Now, one is faster than me, and the other is questionable. I would race Jason Kurth in a minute, and I don't know who would win, but I feel like I'd have at least a decent chance there.
The 0-1 to Nate, and right on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Luke probably still beats me. Probably. I don't know. I mean, I got about 20 years on him, so probably.
The 0-2 to Nate McDonald. Sets and fires his Gillitzer. And got him looking on the high outside corner. And Nate McDonald is down via the strikeout for the 3rd time tonight. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. And now back to Trent Wolbeking, who reached on an error and walked in his at-bats.
Confirmed in the Chaparral's dugout, Gonzalez did indeed break that bat over his leg.
And the offering to Wolbeking is going to be popped up on the infield. Back is Screedy. He takes off his hat and then gets called off by the other Screedy. Slack is the shortstop. Screedy gets the catch to end the 6th inning. No runs, a hit, an error, 2 left. We've played 6. Marshfield 1 and Viroqua 0.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken, and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Taking a look at the Chaparral's right-handed pitcher Hunter Corger, who's in his 7th inning of work already. 1-0 Chaparral's. 5 strikeouts for Hunter Corger on the night. A couple of walks, has gotten out of his biggest situation in the 4th inning. Had runners at the corners and 1 out, and got Andrew Kleber to ground out. So he will face off with Jarrett Sullivan, Brett Screedy, and Andrew Kleber here in the top of the 7th inning. Chaparral's 1 and Viroqua 0.
I've just received a race invitation, a challenge. I'll tell you about that here in just a moment.
Allen's foul at the plate.
Yeah, hit him in the box. Shelly Schmitz says she could beat Jason. All right, Shelly. So here's how it's going to work. You meet me, I don't know. Let's say Spencer High School tomorrow at around 9 p.m. That'll be the best I can do. Or come up to Spooner tomorrow. We'll race right here on camera. Me and you, Shelly. It's going down.
The 0-1 to Jarrett Sullivan. Sets and fires. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-2. And the winner of this one will take on Brill tomorrow.
Randy's looking for an update on the Everest River Falls game. We'll give that to you in just a second.
0-2. Going to be popped up. Foul territory. Over on it is Isaiah Brill. And it will fall harmlessly out of play. See if we can find an update for you. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, we will. You'll get an update, Randy. It will happen. Again, our apologies. We fully intended to be there. We were in Hayward all day and all night last night. We did not want to leave, but the computer had other ideas for us.
And a leadoff single there for Jarrett Sullivan on a 0-2 count. Oops. And a runner at first, and nobody out for Brett Screedy. So as of 2 minutes ago, that's a pretty good update. Yeah, after 7 innings, it is 4-1 Fighting Fish.
All right, there you go. Number 1 seed, Fighting Fish.
Yep.
They had to fight back against Eau Claire. Weren't they down in that game that you were at? Yeah.
Yep. I'll talk about that in just a moment.
Sure.
Swung on and missed. Yeah, the right fielder, Todd Lasher for Eau Claire, put 2 up against the wall, had 2 RBI doubles in his first 2 at-bats. It was 2-0 after the 3rd inning. And the throw down to second and not in time. And O'Connell frustrated with himself, and it's 1-1 to Screedy. And River Falls scored 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. And then both teams scored in the 6th, I believe, 6th or 7th. Must have been the 6th. And then River Falls scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th to get a 5-3 win. The 1-1. Bunts it down the first base line. Nicely done. And over to first for the first out. Good bunt after a stolen base, allowing the runner now to get to third. And there's runner at third with 1 out on the sacrifice bunt from Brett Screedy. Now Andrew Kleber, a couple of groundouts tonight for Andrew. Sacrifice on the 1-3.
So, correction here. Shelly Schmitz not looking to race me. She wants to race Jason Kurth. All right. Well, how about a 3-way race? I want to race somebody.
First offer, misses low and away for a ball. Kleber grounded out to Kurth in the 2nd, and then grounded out to end the 4th back to Corger, and that a runner at first and third. Infield playing in. Going to be grounded over to Gonzalez. Picks it up, and he will take it himself for the out. The run will score, but the out will be made on the 3 tag. And coming in to score is Sullivan. If he would have picked it clean, might have had a play at home. But Gonzalez bobbled it a little bit, took his eyes off of it, and then unable to make the play home, able to get the tag out, but it is tied up here in the top of the 7th.
And that tag by Gonzalez was more of a punch.
Frustration tag.
Yeah, he hit the deck there, and yeah, interesting.
And now Tate Knutson looks at ball 1 high. Chaparrals will send up 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the 7th. And firing back does Korger, lifted up and out of play.
Online, it turns out that Julie is rooting for Shelley. So, all right, well, good. Well, place your bets. Let's have it. Again, I'm not invited to this race, but I'm going to invite myself. Winner for the Papa Murphy's Pizza is being drawn right now back in Marshfield. So I'll get a message here on the Zaleski Sports hotline, and we'll tell you if you're the one who won the Papa Murphy's Pizza. We'll find out when you do.
The 1-2 from Korger to Tate Knutson. And missed. 2-2. Damian Wiblin on deck. Korger winds and fires. Time called. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Deuces are wild here in the top of the 7th inning.
Korger not very appreciative of that late time out there.
Wheels back. Swing on a miss, and he sits him down after the timeout called. And we have played 6.5. The Sox get on the board on a ground out by Kleber. We go to the bottom of the 7th, all tied up at 1. Yeah.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Back here to Spooner, we told you Victor Gonzalez broke his bat over the knee, and there it is. 2 pieces as soon as Al gets out of the way. 2 pieces of that Gonzalez bat laying there in the dugout. He was angry, and the bat was naughty. And the bat has been naughty for Victor off and on during the season. And, again, he got here. He looked at the 290 down the right field line and licking his chops, and now he took it out on the bat.
Sean O'Connell will lead things off, looks at strike 1. Sean today, a ground out and sacrifice bunt in the game. The catcher for Chaparrals, that one's going to be drilled to left center field. Long run, and going to make the catch out there is Wedwick for out number 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Knotted up at 1. The winner advances. Loser becomes a spectator tomorrow. Now Isaiah Biro.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for summer fun. Pick up camping gear, boating supplies, and towables, grills, and yard games. This weekend won't be complete without a trip to Fleet Farm. Head right there tomorrow morning. A ball there. And by the way, over at Fleet Farm, you're looking for a quick, easy way to do your shopping. Try the outside yard pickup option when you order online at fleetfarm.com. It's quick, it's easy. You stay in your car, they bring the stuff right to you. Fleet Farm has something for everyone. You won't believe what you'll find at Fleet Farm.
Gillitzer evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike to Isaiah Biro. Now it's going to be popped up foul territory. Long run for Knutson near the fence, and he makes it going up the hill, and there's 2 away here in the 7th. 2 up and 2 down, and now back to the top of the order, Nathan Kromenacher. Caleb Kromenacher on deck. Nathan, the lone RBI single for the Chaps here tonight. And now a look at Knutson again going up that hill. Something happened to him. As again there's a slight incline going up that to make the catch.
Well, looks like from here, Steve, too much beer last night and then cramping tonight. We hope it's that innocuous, right? That's the right word?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I use words sometimes. Most times I know what they mean. Sometimes I don't. But, it's a ditched area. I mean, I'm assuming field drainage and everything goes out that way. There's a retaining pond beyond the white shed out there that Victor launched his 400-footer into back at around 10 a.m. here today. But looks like the first baseman's up on his feet and going to be ready to go here pretty soon.
That was good range by Knutson to go and track it down. And after he threw the ball in, he took a little while to shake it off. And
still stretching himself out down there.
Left leg a little bit. Left leg, right leg, I don't know which one. Stretching them both.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when you're not sure, just stretch it all. That's what you got to do there. I think back, Steve, before the Chaparrals scored that run in the fifth inning, it was 0-0. Now we're tied up again at 1, and things just get more tense as you move on here through the innings in a tie game.
First offering to Nathan behind the fastball, and it's 0-1.
And in this level, it's win or go home. Some of these Rapids guys were in that during Legion last year at the state tournament. And so on the one hand, they've got that experience. On the other hand, boy, you'd sure like to have a Donovan Brandel in that lineup right now, or a Ethan Peters, or anybody else, Cade Lancourt, all playing in the Northwoods League right now.
1-1 just hits the outside corner. It's 1-2.
So those three players off to the Northwoods League, and congratulations again to them. But not here to help these guys out right now.
The 1-2 fouled back, staying alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nathan Kromenacher. Yeah, I saw Donovan got in a game a couple of nights ago, somehow got the win.
Pitching? Well.
Only threw an inning, I think, or 2.
The weird baseball rules,
yeah.
That's why.
The 1-2 back to Nathan. Breaking ball misses inside, evens up the count at 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the second. Or in the bottom of the 7th, not second.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Chaparral's looking for a base runner here somehow, some way at the top of the order. And he confirms the count as 2-2. The scoreboard's got it wrong. They got a lot of things wrong out there right now. They'll get it together.
And Gillitzer fires back. Going to be lifted, fouling out of play down the left field line. And it remains 2-2.
Like somebody down there, we see him on the screen. Somebody was like leaping. Looking for a souvenir, I guess. We were told earlier, and I don't know who it was, and I don't know if they were legitimate, but you turn in the ball to the concession stand, you got a chance to win $1 million. So that's probably why that was going on down there.
The 2-2 back to Nathan. Going to be chopped over to second. That's Screedy, and got him by just a half a step to end the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We've played 7 complete. Still 1-1. We go to the 8th.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Community banking is about giving back to the communities we serve. It's about focusing on needs and making decisions to better businesses and families in the area. It gives an opportunity for employees to live, work, and play local. We are your community bank.
Whoop. All right, coming back a little bit early, we'll talk about the Jeff Johnson's bank over there in just a second, but take a look at some of our shots. There's Lucas. So there's Lucas. There's Lucas's shot, and there's Lucas. Lucas moving the camera, trying to get maybe a little bit better look up there at these folks up here having a nice time. Again, the fan experience here is just amazing. And part of baseball is eating some snacks. So those 3 enjoying some snacks. There's Lucas. Nice job, Lucas. Way to go. Lucas on the spot down there as we just about ready here for the top of the 8th inning, and we'll turn it back to Steve Maves as, again, Hunter Corker stays on to pitch here in the 8th in a 1-1 game. I guess it's kind of like a quarterfinal game. If you think of single M, that's kind of where we're at right now, Steve.
Yeah, and throwing your number 2 pitcher out there, got to at least make it to tomorrow to say that you made it to Championship Sunday. And Damian Wiblin to lead things off for Viroqua here in the top of the 8th inning. First offering Misses inside for a ball. Had a rough go of it in his last at-bats. A bunt right back to Corger, and then got caught stealing second base. Going to be lifted to center. Long run for Nate McDonald and a leadoff single. And Nate is hurt out there on the very wet grass. Able to get up, but a leadoff single for the number 9 hitter. And slowly getting up is Nate McDonald. But you can just see the wetness of the grass out there in the outfield. And make sure everybody is all right. Get your footing under yourself. And runner at first and nobody out.
First National Bank of River Falls is a community bank built on giving back to you. We believe our contributions can help your families live, work, and play in a better place. Discover the First National difference at First National Bank of River Falls. Visit fnbrf.com to learn more. And I see the hotline is ringing for that Papa Murphy's Pizza. Looks like Nate's going to stay in the game out there. That's good news. Just had to relace up his shoe, get his tire back on.
Mason Screedy now at the plate. 1-0 to the Viroqua second baseman and the leadoff hitter. Runner at first and nobody out.
Next pitch, we'll tell you about the Papa Murphy's Pizza winner. How about right now after the throw over is chase the runner back. And our winner for texting the Shaps hotline, and make sure to get that Shaps app downloaded. But how about this, Abby Besler? So, Abby, congratulations. We'll give you some instructions here in just a minute on how to pick up your free Papa Murphy's Pizza.
This is just outside. 2-0 now to Screedy. Runner at first is Wiblin after a leadoff single. Runner at first. Top of the order for the Sox. Looks at one just low, and it's 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. All knotted up at 1. Winner advances, loser goes home. And the 3-0 from Corger in there for a strike. 3-1 now. 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Shaps will have 2, 3, and 4 due up. And misses outside. Corger walks him. So 2 on and nobody out for Andrew Wedwick. Wedwick tonight, 3 strikeouts for the Viroqua Sox left fielder.
All right, so again, congratulations, Abby. The Papa Murphy's Pizza coupon is going to be mailed to you. Way to go, Abby. And way to go on texting the Shaps as we see
Luke Wirtz.
Luke Wirtz, manager, going to come out and talk to Corger here a little bit with runners on first and second, nobody out, and in a precarious situation here are the Chaparrals.
Yeah, it's a little maybe warm-up action down in the beyond the right field bleachers out there. Somebody warming up pretty quickly.
Looks to me like Bobby Pills warming up, former Marshfield Chaparral, a state tournament signing last week. And that looks like every Bobby Pills I've ever known getting warmed up down there. He wasn't sure if he was going to get action this weekend or not, but depending on the outcome here with no outs, runners in first and second, he just may.
Andrew Wedwick, corner infielders playing slightly in. Victor Gonzalez all the way in. That one's going to be bunted and dropped, and runners will all be safe. Hunter Corger tried to make the diving catch and unable to, and now there's 3 on and nobody out for Josh Thede.
Well,
Thede, the center fielder.
And one thing certainly was on manager Luke Wirtz's mind as he was making the trip out there is we should have scored more than 1 run by now as well, and infield drawn in here with bases loaded and nobody out. So a big moment here in this game.
Thede a walk and a couple of a fly out and a ground out. First one misses low to Josh. Got to get the out at home. Shaps again will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 8th, but got to get there first. 1-1 here in the top of the 8th. Bases are loaded full of Sox. Wiblin, Screedy, and Wedwick. Corger comes set and fires home. Misses high, 2-0.
Couple of these first 2 pitches looks like Corger's trying to end the inning here on his own on just a couple of pitches, but nobody out. Going to have to come with a strike here.
Pills warming up quickly. That one's going to be lined over to Wobeking at short. Gets the first out in and out of the glove of Sean O'Connell and an E2. And the Sox take the lead here in the 8th. Thede reaches down a fielder's choice. Wiblin scores on the E2. And there's a 2-1 lead for Viroqua.
Yeah, had it in his glove, and right away Sean had thoughts of getting it back out of his glove and maybe going down to first or third, depending on what the option was, and didn't secure the ball for the out at home. So the tie is broken, and the situation's still the same. Nobody out, bases loaded.
Clayton Slack now up. A walk, pop out, and a ground out. Going to be lifted left field. Back on is Nathan Kromenacher, still backing up. He's going to make the catch, and the throw to third will be cut off. And now the runner will be held up at second. Sacrifice fly. Viroqua takes a 3-1 lead here in the 8th.
Well, and again, as I said before, that all stems from not having, if you're Marshfield, not having enough offensive production to withstand something like this. I mean, the game is not going to stay at 1-1 forever. Victor now telling everybody in the infield to just calm down out there, but yeah, it's. I mean, you leave the open the possibility of something like this happening for either team.
Yep.
When you're only scoring one. Now Viroqua, though, the first one to break something loose here.
In there for a strike to Jarrett Sullivan. A line out, a walk, and a single. Came around and scored the run in the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. Going to be popped up and out of play over near Bobby Pills, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, right off the bleachers, right in front of him there. As Pills is, well, actually, now that could be Pills, could be Hediger, long ways down there.
The 0-2 going to be lined to Wobeking, over to second for one, and into the no man's land, and a run will come in and score, and it's 4-1 Sox. On the E4, coming in to score was Wedwick, and out at second was Thede. Sullivan reaches on the fielder's choice, or on the E4, excuse me.
You got a 12 on your roster for Marshfield?
Oh, probably somewhere.
Yeah, I'll look
I think
for
that's Hediger.
I'll look for it. Yeah, maybe. I will find it.
Swung on and missed there by Brett Screedy. 0-1. Runner at first and 2 outs. 3 across here in the inning for the Sox, and it's 1-1. Hunter Corder trying to finish it off here in the inning. Throw down to second in time. Nope, safe. Got underneath the tag. Stolen base for Sullivan.
Ball beat the runner there, but the throw was high coming down to second, and the tag from Kurth not able to get down to get the runner out. And it was a ball called on that, so 2-1 pitch upcoming from Corker.
Sets and fires. Going to be grounded over to Wobeking at short, and he will go across, and errant throw again. And an E6 had the runner right in front of him. And now there's runners at the corners again with 2 outs. Misplay by Wobeking. Runners at the corners now for Andrew Kleber.
I mean, not only did Viroqua do the job here, get the base runners, put the bat to ball, but Marshfield defensively just miserable.
Couple of bad errors, 3 errors in the inning for Marshfield.
Yeah, you just can't have it. You can't have 3 errors in a game in a win and advance situation, let alone in an inning.
Andrew Kleber, 3 groundouts here tonight. There's a swing and a miss way behind, and it's 0-1. Tate Knutson on deck. 8th hitter of the inning for Viroqua. Comes set, does Corger and fires. Popped up and out of play. Runner was on the move, was Screedy. And it's 0-2. Winner of this one will take on, we believe, what is Brill in the game tomorrow morning. And then Hayward will take on most likely River Falls. It was 4-1 in the 7th. Have a confirmation on that. The 0-2 fouled back. And then that will set up a championship game between Pools or the first game and the second game at about 4 o'clock or so. The 0-2 back from Korger. Breaking ball knuckled back to Hunter. He'll overhand it to end the 8th inning. 3 runs across on just 2 hits, 3 errors, 2 left. We have played 7.5. It is now Viroqua 4, Chaparrals 1.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli, bacon, cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, Julie, Shelly, whoever out there, you want to race, you got to race. I'm going to race you. But you got to do it fast. Leaving for Indiana on Monday morning, and I'll be up here in Spooner till, I don't know, probably 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Steve. Steve trying to walk out of the shot here. That's not going to happen. But up here in Spooner, just having a great time. It's the Wisconsin Baseball Association 2020 state tournament, and Steve, we'll put you back on the call here. We'll switch cameras. We'll switch off of here. But yeah, Marshfield really did what you just can't do there, especially when a team like Viroqua, a good quality team, they're in the state tournament just like you, and they get up, they get some things going, and then defensively you just melt.
Yeah, and it all started with that ground ball to Wobeking with the bases loaded, had the out at home from Sean O'Connell, and he just misplayed it, and it all fell apart from there. And now Caleb Kromenacher to lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. See if we can get a fighting fish score for you.
All right.
The first offering from Gillitzer misses inside for a ball.
And I guess I should say for Gillitzer, I mean, a really well-pitched game for Gillitzer as he pitches here in the 8th inning.
And a strike there to Caleb, who 1 for 3 in the game, a single and a pair of strikeouts. Fouled back into the fencing, and it's 1-2 now.
And you got to think, maybe you're up at 7 in the morning, whatever it is, to get down here by 8. So you're playing at 9. It's a long day in that way, but everybody's been playing a lot of baseball here.
Backhanded there by Screedy, and over to first, not in time. An infield single, maybe. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's it. Wasn't a common, unusual play. He had a range to his right, take a stab at it, and able to keep the ball in the infield. So, yeah, base hit there for Caleb. And now player manager Luke Wirtz, designated hitter again today. Yep. He DH'd this morning as well.
Ground out, fly out, reached on an error for Luke today. Good speed for Shaps at first base. Fires back to Wirtz in there for a strike. It was Mr. Pills warming up down there if it's number 12.
That is, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that is, that's Pills then.
The 0-1 to Luke Wirtz. Misses low and in, and it's 1-1.
And I would expect to see Bobby Pills on in the top of the 9th inning. I don't think there's any question about that. But Chaparrals now, again, no outs in the inning, runner on. Everything's still in front of them. You got to work base runners and get base hits, get the bat on the ball.
6 outs to work with. Luke Wirtz looks at strike 2. 1-2 to DH Luke Wirtz.
And one that probably needs a hit as much as anybody is on deck right now in Victor Gonzalez. So a chance here maybe.
The 1-2 to Wirtz. Swung on a miss. That one gets by. First base is occupied, but Kromenacher is going to take second. And Wirtz is down via the strikeout. Kromenacher reaches second on a wild pitch. And now Victor Gonzalez, the aforementioned. There's one away here in the 8th. And then Jason Kurth up after Victor.
So on the one hand, Victor running out of bats. On the other, and maybe on the same hand, Chaparral's running out of outs. But bat in the hand now of Gonzalez. Needs to put the ball in play.
Good speed on the base bats at second base for Marshfield. And Caleb Kromenacher. Big swing and a miss way out in front at a ball in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and at this point in the season, if you're pitching to Gonzalez, you're not going to give him a fastball. And if you do, it's going to be away. You don't want to give him a chance to pull that ball into his sweet spot down the right field line. So he's got to be really choosy here with these pitches.
Gillitzer comes set, and at this point in the season, these pitchers and coaches are smart enough to do that, and that one hits the outside corner, and 0-2 to Victor.
So there was the fastball, but it's away. And Gonzalez looking to turn on something, but he's not going to get anything to turn on. And now I would expect breaking balls and off-speed pitches from here on out of this at-bat.
The 0-2 from Gillitzer to Victor. Now it's going to be lined down the right field line and foul, able to wait back on it on the breaking ball and fouled it down the right field line.
Yeah, and I would expect Gillitzer to keep coming back with the breaking balls, pitches with movement, off-speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see a changeup come outside here with Gonzalez perhaps thinking, all right, we saw the fastball 2 pitches ago. He's going to come back with it, and changeup on the outside would be a good selection here for Gillitzer.
The 0-2 from Gavin. Going to be lifted up and out of play. Tried to blow the fastball by him.
Yeah, so I'm wrong again. There's a lot of options. Gillitzer looks like he's got 3 pitches in his arsenal there. He's got the curveball, fastball, changeup. And thought that fastball worked pretty good before. I don't think he's going to come back with it here, though.
See if he'll spike one into the ground, the 0-2. Going to be lifted into center. Long run for the center fielder. Shortstop ranging back out there and making the catch is Slack, and there's 2 away here in the 8th. 2 down for Nate McDonald. Jason Kurth. 2 outs for the second baseman. Jason tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a single. Looks at ball 1 outside, 1-0.
Jason Kurth also somebody didn't bat particularly well this morning, and looking for something to happen. Somebody's got to give a spark to this team right now.
The 1-0 to Jason bounces away and misread there by Kleber, and Caleb Kromenacher makes it down to third on the wild pitch. And 2-0 to Jason Kurth. Jason has struggled the last couple of weeks of the season into the Dairyland League tournament and championship game as well. And about the last 3 or 4 weeks, he has struggled from the plate. And the 2-0. Oh, right on the outside corner. Didn't like the call, and it's 2-1. Didn't agree with it. 2-1 to Kurth. Gillitzer fires home. Misses inside, 3-1. Nate McDonald on deck.
So good scenario here for Kurth and the Chaparrals. Runner on third. Got a favorable pitch count here.
Gavin fires back. Foul straight back. Count runs full now.
Yeah, Kurth way behind on that one. And looking uneasy from the box here on what will be this full count offering here.
The payoff back home and got him looking. He knew it right away, and that will end the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We have played 8 complete. It's 4-1 Viroqua.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right. Free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
Back here to Spooner as we get set to start inning number 9. This is usually the place for our Nasonville Dairy play of the game. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, nasonvilledairy.com. And Viroqua pitcher
Gavin Gullitzer.
Gavin Gullitzer really pitching a gem here.
Gillitzer.
My apologies. But, yeah, really pitching well in absence of a particular play of the game. But, yeah, geez, he really is pitching well and has his team in position now to move on to what is Championship Sunday tomorrow, as they're out on a 4-1 lead, a 3-run advantage, and they get to bat here. And with Gavin on the mound, they are in really good shape to bring this one to a conclusion. And so, again, in absence of a play of the game, how about player of the game? And that's brought to you by Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, nasonvilledairy.com. And, of course, Steve, it's all up to the Shaps in the bottom of the ninth to change that whole outlook. And perhaps there's a player of the game sitting in the Chaparrals dugout or in the field right now. But as of now, that answer is no.
Well, and the thing that Gillitzer has had so far, I mean, he's pitched 8 innings, but keeping these Chaparrals guessing, keeping them off balance, and just doing a great job of mixing up his pitches in different locations and figuring out where he needs to best put it, as Bobby Pills, the new pitcher for the Marshfield Chaparrals. Taking a look at Bobby in his first appearance for the Chaps here in 2020.
More hair than what I remember from Bobby, but pretty good-looking dude anyway.
First offering is going to be grounded over to Kurth. Kurth really wasn't ready, I don't think, but he scoops it up for the first out, and there's one away.
Well, ready and able, or otherwise, the out's made. Yeah, Pills, he's got a hair on top of hair, but it's been more than a year since I've seen Bobby, and it was good to see him. Saw him in the dugout down here at 8:30 this morning, and it was good to see him. Like I said, he didn't know and really wasn't sure that he was going to get a chance to play here this weekend, but here he is in the 9th inning in the Wisconsin Baseball Association state tournament.
Damian Wiblin now up for the Sox. Looks at ball one outside. And then back to the top of the order for the Sox. Pills comes set. Corker goes 8 innings, gives up 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Going to be hit sharply to Wolbeking and into center field. A tough play, and it was right back. As hard as you can hit a ball to a shortstop, that's what just happened to Wolbeking, and there's a runner at first and 1 out.
Yeah, just I don't know, you'd say, well, is there a play to be made there? I mean, maybe, but that would have had to have been a really outstanding play. May have even had to rethink our Nasonville Dairy play of the game if he's able to make that one. That was hit about as hard as you can in the infield.
Mason Screedy now at the plate. Walked and scored in the 8th. Runner at first is the number 9 hitter, Wiblin. Going to be swung on and missed, 0-1 now. Andrew Wedwick on deck. The Chaparrals will send up McDonald, Wolbeking, and O'Connell in the bottom of the 9th.
So bottom half of the order coming up for the Chaps. And magic's going to have to come from there.
Pills comes set and fires home. Misses just inside, and it's 1-1. Wedwick on deck. Screedy on the night. A ground out, fly out, strikeout, a walk. Stands at the plate with his team up 4-1 and a runner at first. Pills comes set. Looks at his runner and goes home. Fouled back and off the screen, and it's 1-2 to Screedy, the second baseman.
Time called from behind the plate.
Wiblin tying his shoe out there.
Yeah. Wiblin getting his lug nuts tightened up out there. Look for him to run on this next pitch. I think that's about what you conclude from that. He was caught stealing a couple innings ago, was Wiblin.
And the 1-2, there he goes. Speaking of, throw down to second and not in time. A stolen base as forecasted by Mr. Zaleski himself, and it's 2-2 now to Screedy.
What better reason would you have to get your shoe tied? Calls time, ties his shoe. I mean, really tips off everybody here in Spooner he's stealing, and then steals the base.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Mason Screedy, the second baseman. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Misses inside for a ball. Count runs full. Wedwick on deck. 1 on, 1 out, and now more confirmation on the count, as it is. Should be 3-2. Full count. Full count.
Yeah, they're not sure of that either. I got full count here. If anybody's looking at me, they probably won't.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes is what we have. And see what we can confirm.
Yep, full count up here, but I don't know what they're going to go with.
Not sure what he says.
It is not 2-1.
No.
That is a full count as there has ever have been.
And the payoff from Pills, which is not a payoff. That one's going to be lifted. Shallow center, long run. And collision in center field between McDonald and Wolbeking, making sure everybody is all right. And to second goes Screedy. And a collision in center field between Wolbeking and McDonald, which should have been a 3-2 count, 2-1. And Pills needed to make a pitch, and it was flown into shallow center. And making sure Nate McDonald is all right, as he has had quite the rough season for a Chaparral.
And back to that pitch count, in the end, it didn't matter what the pitch count was. The ball was hit anyway. It looked like he either took a knee, shin, or a foot somewhere above the letters. I don't know if neck. You don't want to think face, but he's a little bit limping a little bit. And at this point, if you're Nate McDonald, and it looks like Nick Anderson's going to come out and take center field, sometimes just doesn't go your way.
Yeah, and with how slick the outfield grass is, and the range that Nate had to try and track, as Nate's night will be done. Nick Anderson goes to right, Caleb Kromenacher to center, Nathan now, as he has, in left, as Nate McDonald's season might all be but over here in the top of the ninth as he wobbles off the field.
Yeah, he like I said, I know he took it up high, and apparently on that slide is taking it down low. He had the ankle issue earlier in the year. He slipped and maybe tweaked that ankle or some body part a few innings ago on the wet outfield grass, and now the collision with the Medfield Shapdog Wolbeking, and bumps and bruises all around for the Chaparrals here in this one.
And it's been the last 2 innings or so where the Chaps they still have the bottom of the ninth, but have kind of fallen apart the last 2 innings. And now the offering, first one misses low to Andrew Wedwick with Josh Thede on deck.
So 1 out and the infield drawn in, as really Chaparrals can't afford any more runs, I don't think.
Pill's going to be lined. That one caught out of the air by Trent Wolbeking. What a job by Trent to go high up in the air and make that catch. And there's 2 away.
Well, and it was just the out the Chaparrals needed there, as the infield, if he's playing regular depth like he is now, it just comes right to him. But playing up on the infield grass, he had to levitate. And he did. And 2 down now.
Josh Thede now with 2 on and 2 out. First one misses high and in for a ball. As it will be Nick Anderson now to lead things off in the bottom of the ninth for Marshfield.
Yeah, and Anderson was DH'd in game number 1. We'll see if he stays in the batting order when he comes in. Probably some other options in that dugout. I don't know if they're better. That's for Luke Wirtz to decide, but I know Anderson started in right field but did not hit for himself in game 1.
The 2-0 coming back from Bobby Pills. Misses low 3-0 with Clayton Slack on deck.
First base open now with 2 outs. You don't want to mess around here with anything, but small consolation perhaps if the walk is issued here.
The 3-0 from Pills. And on 4, he lost Thede. Bases are now loaded for Clayton Slack, who has walked, popped out, grounded out, and a sacrifice fly back in the 8th inning.
Well, pretty obvious situation here, Steve, with 2 outs. Either the Chaparrals are going to give themselves a bit of a chance in the bottom of the ninth, or will all unravel right here.
Pills out of the windup now with 3 on, 2 out. Sets and fires home. Going to be grounded over to Brill in foul territory for a strike. 0-1 now to Clayton Slack. Home plate umpire out to clean off home plate just a little bit. 3 on, 2 outs, 0-1 count to the Viroqua Sox shortstop, Clayton Slack. Pills trying to work out of a jam here and fires back. Going to be grounded into right field in between Gonzalez and Kurth. The throw was cut off as 2 come across on an 2 RBI single from Clayton Slack. And it's 6-1 Viroqua. Between Kurth and Gonzalez. Again, couldn't get a good read on the hit, and 2 come across for Clayton Slack. 3 RBIs on the night for Clayton.
That is really good work. He's got half of the run production here for his Sox team. Him along with Gavin on the mound, really just the 1-2 punch that the Chaparrals have not had an answer for here today.
Jarrett Sullivan now, line out, walk, single, and reaching on an error. Going to be hit sharply, look out down there, and it's 0-1.
Sharp was an understatement there. That was just ripped straight foul. I mean, he was so far out in front of that. Lucky he didn't hit it off just the end of the bat. A cue shot it was in the offing there. If he swings just a little bit earlier, he's so far in front of that one.
The 0-1 from Pills with 2 on and 2 out. Fouled back right into the fencing, and it's 0-2. Brett Screedy on deck if we continue. Again, Chaparrals will send up 6, 7, and 8 in the bottom of the 9th.
Tell you right now, Steve, body language too for the Chaparrals in the field, not positive. These guys need to pick themselves up after they get this out.
The 0-2 going to be grounded weakly over to Wolbeking. Now Brill barehands it across and in time to retire the side here in the 6th. 2 more across on an RBI or 2 RBI single from Clayton Slack. Bottom of the 9th we go. Chaparral's final opportunity at 6-1 Sox.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, back here to Spooner. It's last call for the Chaparrals here in the bottom of the 9th inning. They trail by 5, and take a look at the Chaps dugout. Going to need some base runners. You need a lot of them. Get those 5 runs here. We'll talk about this tomorrow, Steve, a lot, but we'll talk about it a little bit right now. I just want to say congratulations, job well done, and thank you to all of the teams who participated in Wisconsin this year that had the courage to come out on the baseball field and play. I mean, maybe courage is not the right word, but just the willpower and the ability to understand that there's more to life than, I don't know, sitting around waiting for something to happen. Get out and make it happen, and all these teams did. And they're the teams that are here, the teams that weren't able to get to state, but all the teams. That goes for all the sports in Wisconsin as well. Congratulations to all of you for making that happen. Steve, we'll talk about that more during the semifinals and finals tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure for us, obviously, being able to come up here, watch some of the highest level of amateur baseball in Wisconsin. And another whole day of championship baseball tomorrow as Nick Anderson swings through strike 2, and it's 0-2 to Nick here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the offering going to be grounded over to first. Knutson over his glove, and Anderson will head to second to lead off double for Nick Anderson here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, there you go. It just shows that Nick Anderson's got his head in the game. He's called upon due to injury. He was hit for this morning, and he says, all right, I'm going to go out and get something started for my team here and, get after it. So, again, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, Steve. Yep. I'll think of a better word than courage. I mean, maybe it is courage. I don't know. I just think it was the right thing to do all the way through. there were a few teams that decided not to play for various reasons. That to me was disappointing. So congratulations to all the teams that played and made this season what it is.
First offering to Wolbeking misses high. 1-0. Runner at second and nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth for Marshfield.
Keith Heinz reporting on our feed that River Falls did indeed win that game over in Hayward, so they will come over here to Spooner tomorrow. And River Falls Fighting Fish fans that were, I don't know, I guess attempting to fight with us earlier, tune in tomorrow. That game's at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and watch your Fighting Fish battle for a state title.
They will take on the Hayward Hawks. The Hayward Hawks, the first time they have hosted a state tournament since 1992, I saw. Before that, 91. And then they hosted every year from 1980 to 1988. So Hayward over at Larry Somerville Field in beautiful Hayward, Wisconsin, able to help out Spooner this year in hosting a state tournament. And all of their games are concluded, all 6 of them.
Yep.
Finished it up just moments ago. Misses high and in, 3-0 to Trent Wolbeking here in the bottom of the ninth.
We said it during our broadcast this morning, Steve, and we saw your field while we were watching your games, and just the grounds crews at these fields. What the turnaround time? They had to be up at 5 in the morning getting these fields ready.
3-0 to Wolbeking is in there for a strike.
It rained. It rained a couple inches last night. Our field was underwater here. I saw Lucas last night at the hotel. He was dripping wet. So, what a fantastic job by both grounds crews.
3-1 misses inside. Wolbeking draws the walk. They were joking around. The first base dugout in Hayward. The dugouts in Hayward were actually dug out. They're actually dugouts.
Yeah.
And the first step in the first base dugout was covered with water. The drain wasn't working at all.
Holy man.
First offering to O'Connell and misplayed at shortstop and base at third. And O'Connell reaches Isaiah Brill now with nobody out, and they will pinch hit Luis Rivera for Isaiah.
Well, and it is what the Chaparrals needed. No outs. They got 3 base runners. That's the most you can have at one time in this sport. And you need base runners. You're down by 5, so the winning run is somewhere in the dugout yet. But with nobody out and bases full of Chaps, big chance here. Climb back in this one.
Luis Rivera, the new hitter for Marshfield. Now it's going to be lifted up and out of play.
And both Luis and Victor coming on from Abbotsford. They were Abbotsford Merchants for the past few years. Abbotsford, one of those teams that decided they were going to sit this one out, and they come on here and really played well for Marshfield all year.
Now it's going to be lined foul.
Hits it behind Will Allen, coaching first base down there. In the game on Sunday, Will and Wade Farmer bonked heads on the Farmer stolen base attempt, and there's Will out of action today.
0-2 popped up. And
look out, Bobby. Coming around and missed Bobby. He goes down to retrieve the foul ball. The next one lands about 3 feet away from him. His hair is attracting the balls.
Coming back on the 0-2 to Rivera. And got him looking out number 1 here in the ninth. Backwards K for Luis. And there's one away. Back to the top of the order, Nathan Kromenacher.
Yeah, Rivera thought that was outside. Mainly Rivera just, wanted to have a more quality at bat than that. Missed on a couple fastballs earlier. You get 3 strikes, and the first 2 were hittable balls, and Rivera heads back to the dugout first out of the inning.
Bases full of Chaps with 1 out. Now it's going to be lifted up and out of play. 0-1 to Nathan Kromenacher.
That house behind us, Steve, I'll just tell you this now, and you'll see it again tomorrow. It's just been under siege all day today and last night. Foul balls hitting off the roof, the garage, everywhere.
The 0-1 to Nathan, bounced to short, steps on second, over to first, and that will end it. Here tonight, the Viroqua Sox are headed to the championship games tomorrow for the semifinal. They will take on the Brill Millers tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The Chaparrals see their season come to an end, 16-4 on the season. I'd like to thank everyone from Marshfield that helped us along the way this year, bringing you every Chaparrals game from Jack Hackman Field and beyond. And the Chaps fall here tonight, 6-1 in the WBA state tournament.
All right, Steve, so we'll be back here to Spooner tomorrow. We'll go live at around 10:25 or so for the first of 2 semifinal games, championship games slated for 4 p.m. We will crown a champion tomorrow from Merchant Park, Cardinal Field here in Spooner tomorrow. We mentioned that Nasonville Dairy it turns out player of the game. We'll hear from Nasonville Dairy now and then see you back here tomorrow morning.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for like improvements, help with like food safety aspects. It's actually you have to pay part of the service that you're getting, so you have to pay 20% of it. So we were actually granted $6,150. And so that's the 80%. So our project is at a little over $7,000. So that's showing them that we're doing something with their milk. We're not just taking it, turning it into cheese, sending it in the stores, sending it to the customer, like everyone else does. Anything that we do in the plant with food safety is great for everyone. It's not just great for us. It's telling the customer that we make a good product. It's telling the farmer, our patrons, that we're doing good with their milk. And so that should really go to heart. That you're going to get a safe product coming out of here. It's cool to see that all the Hymans they really like to see their name out in the community, but especially for anything with children's groups. They sponsor a bike raffle every year, and they actually go and give it to the kid in the schools. I know that's a huge thing every year. But yeah, it's really cool to see their name out there. Seeing them a sponsor, we all got kids, we all were kids, so most likely something came out of here that we've done.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.